This would be my newest fave and way to change an outfit. I love just owning basics, and I have a very hard time finding my size in anything anymore. But here's a way with very little effort to class it up, to look distinct, to look different, but in a good way. Hi, everybody. This is Diane Gilman, formerly known as the Queen of Jeans on QVC-HSN, but now the proud host of Fashion Thursdays. So if it's Thursday, it must be about fashion. All right. So we try to entice you and give you a look into a dream world of fashion that none of us may be able to afford or have, but be able to somehow find replicas of and copy. And I got to tell you, I've listened to so many of you talk about my accessories. You are right on. This is the decade of accessories. Clothing doesn't go anywhere. It's kind of on a treadmill. It's very simple. It's a t-shirt. It's a pair of jeans. It's a great blazer. It's a turtleneck. It's a tailored shirt. And with those pieces, you can craft a whole world of creativity and inspiration around yourself with accessories. I put up the Birkin bag because there is where I say it's a decade for just that. Accessories, which of course include handbags. I have never seen so much adoration, so much publicity, so much excitement, so much envy, so much comparison over one accessory item as with this bag. My God. And now we're going to show you how I built my whole wardrobe around it. At a certain point in my career, I had a milestone financially, and I allowed myself to buy one Birkin bag. I bought it in cream. It's very basic. Palladium gold hardware. It forms a rotation. But I then went out and bought that scarf, which is Gucci. Love. I bought a Ferragamo handbag. I bought the matching loafers. That's just so typically me. But the other item that seems to be a complete fascination are the necklaces. And yes, it's true. I have a million of these. And why did I buy so many of them? Well, when I was on TV, and remember, I didn't even design the DG2 middle-aged jean till I was 60, and my body was truly middle-aged by then. I needed something to fill in on camera. We did a lot of tops that were very simple crew necks. I felt they needed more impact, so I accessorized them. This is from a jeweler who does nothing but these necklaces. And they are resin, which is another form of Bakelite from the 1930s. And they're Fairchild and Baldwin. We'll give you the online address at the end of this. They've got two magnets on one side, one magnet on the other. They're encased in leather, so it's not polyester, and you can go deeper or you can go a little higher on the neck. I actually own more Fairchild Baldwin necklaces than anybody else. They were done originally for the housewives of New York, housewives of Beverly Hills. And they are multi-strand. Now, I actually, just to mix it up a little, will mix them with pearls. But otherwise, they're resin. And you can make them multi-dimensional. You can make them clear stoned. You can make them matte. You can make them slightly faceted. I love them with these pearls. I love making them more complicated. I'll even layer two of these together now. Frankly, they're perfect for podcasting. Since you're only, from the chest up, they have a lot of interest, they have a lot of dimension, and they take a lot of focus away from my chicken neck, which has aged so much more than my face. But I'll tell you what else I love about them too. I love them because as an older girl, I don't have to worry about small clasps and doing whatever you need to do to make sure they're locked on your neck. They are costume jewelry. I am not a collector of real jewelry, and I love picking up additional pieces. So besides the Birkin bag in beige, matching, or the Ferragamo bag, which is natural colored linen and dark brown. I also just picked up this beautiful snakeskin teeny little clutch, just big enough for a phone, couple of dollar bills, and a credit card. And I want to give you guys a tip, and it's a fashion insider tip. There are only so many dyes in the world, whether it is leather or for plastic resin bakelite or for silk or for polyester. So over the years, I've collected these necklaces and then come in. Here's the scarf that you see in the static photo. I just showed you the snakeskin tiny clutch. There's Mr. Fuzzy saying, "Why aren't you paying attention to me?" Pardon me. Well, I try to calm him down from his "it's lunchtime" hysteria, and they all match. And I would say I bought these. I bought this necklace maybe 15 years ago. I bought the scarf maybe 6 years ago. I bought the clutch last week, and guess what? Tonally, they all work together. So one big piece of advice I always give anybody who says, "You know what? I love your outfits. How did you do it?" Keep your eyes open for buying opportunities, because, and don't say to yourself, "Oh, I don't know if it's going to match." There aren't that many dyes in the industry, especially when it comes to leather and it comes to silk. The Fairchild Baldwin necklaces, I love those. And you know what? Not only do I love the fact that they have hidden magnets in them, I love the fact that they are not mass produced. You can't find them virtually anywhere else except their website. I don't know about you, but for me, when I find something that works for me, I build on it. So I know printed scarves work for me. I'll tell you what else works for me: metallics. I don't really pay a tremendous amount of attention to couture week. Couture gowns are very far away from me, and I'm never going to be an MOB, mother of the bride. So most of that interprets into some sort of evening gown. But metallics, two things. The purse is ancient Versace. I bought that purse 25 years ago. I think I bought it on sale at Bergdorf's. Hold on, I'm just gathering my evidence together here. This has to be from 1995, maybe 1999, but it was a year of excess in fashion for sure. And it is totally Versace, and it has a Versace medallion on it. Now, you can get this purse by shopping flea markets. The thing that's valuable about it today, and I've had it for all this time, Donatella Versace, the last of the family, is gone from the business. The business was sold recently, about 6 months ago. This becomes an heirloom piece. Gold, metallic gold, was, to me, the only original statement out of Couture Week Paris, Couture Week New York. So I'm thinking, okay, what does that mean? That means we could be a little bit out there, a little bit crazy again. I went out and I found these metallic gold sneakers on sale, Aquazzura. And guess what? That bag from literally 25, 26 years ago, a metallic as the athletic shoes. And then I was just, I don't know, like no place in particular, and I saw it in the window. Small clutch bag in metallic, and look at how it works together. Now, I'm somebody who does my work remotely from home. I lead a much more relaxed rather than formal in office life. I wear a lot of hoodies and leggings and skinny jeans. And this with white denim, black denim, just gives the outfit a whole new level of impact. So I am, and I actually like it with white hair too. So if you're looking to have a very basic, dependable wardrobe and suddenly be able to start dressing it up, dressing it down, being inspiringly different, do it with accessories. And the other thing I have to say is, sadly enough, even though I absolutely love the Versace bag, because I don't go to an office every day. I don't necessarily need a bag that big. That's why I picked up the clutch bag, because I thought to myself, okay, You know what? I can even put the clutch bag in the Versace bag and bring it out for maybe an early evening dinner. But if I was going to just direct you to one thing you might not have in your wardrobe, I would definitely be going for metallic gold. Silver would look good with my white hair, but I like the richness of the gold. Now, I will say one other thing about this gold before we move on. This would be my newest fave and way to change an outfit. I love just owning basics, and I have a very hard time finding my size in anything anymore. But here's a way with very little effort to class it up, to look distinct, to look different, but in a good way. If you're looking for gold, I would just make my suggestion. This is a white gold. It has very cool tone to it. I like this a lot better than a real yellow gold, which is very like in your face. So I have a good luncheon I'm going to that I'm throwing at an upscale hotel in New York. I am definitely taking my burnished gold accessories. Mr. Fussy says, very good, Diane. Very good, Mommy. But why don't you give me lunch? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, everybody. This is just he never wants to get petted unless I'm doing a podcast. Okay, so for anybody who knows me, you know I'm all about denim. Denim 24/7. I love it. I never, ever wore a lot of blue until I got white hair. Or I allowed myself to have white hair because I'm just grabbing my stuff so you can see it up close. Because I stopped dyeing my hair after breast cancer treatment. I love, once again, the Fairchild Baldwin necklace. This one incorporates 3 shades of blues. One of them is faceted and shiny, one of them is marbleized, and one of them is matte solid. But here I had a chalcedony, real chalcedony necklace from I don't know how long ago. I mean, 40 years ago. I keep everything. So, my advice to you is don't necessarily be the pack rat I am, but it's amazing to me, and it's probably because I was in the fashion industry, that I kept my sense of color. And I remember not wearing this necklace for years and suddenly pulling it out because you can pile stuff on top of this multi-strand magnetized back necklace. I think it really adds dimension to it. It's interesting. But then I pulled out giant freshwater pearls, and that works too. And I actually wear all 3 of them together, and I just put them on however, and they're sort of jumbled and they're not pre-planned, and I love it. Now, everybody knows I love me a good scarf, and that looks great in many ways around my neck and framing the necklaces. But the newest way to wear a scarf is around your waist through the jean belt loops. If you don't have a flat tummy, which I don't, you want to wear a t-shirt out and over, put it on like a side scarf and tie the knot on one side, and it looks great. And you know what? I love the idea of putting it all together. You know, it doesn't take much as long as you have your basic outfits that you know, oh, I love this t-shirt. I always look good in it. Oh, I love these jeans. They always fit. Yeah. And then this can either go with a tennis shoe or with a white loafer, navy loafer. I love loafers too. I do not wear high heels anymore. If you've got old pieces and you've got what you think may be like fuddy-duddy pearls in your wardrobe, guess what? Here's a way to make them unfuddy-duddy. Unexpected is fashion genius. Oh, and by the way, I love some twinkly earrings. I believe these are Fairchild Baldwin too. I misspoke when I said all they make are necklaces, but my very favorite ones are these white florals, and I love these. I just got these blue ones to wear. They're a little out of the box, but if you're wearing denim, I always think denim and diamonds, denim and jewels, denim and sparkle, denim and glow looks great. And there's ways to elevate denim. And oh, this is the other thing too. Yeah, this is great. So I think for my last birthday, I bought those Gucci loafers for myself. They're denim tapestry double G's. They work with all my denim pieces. Phenomenal. They work with a couple of denim blazers. I've got one by Alexander McQueen, I think two actually. Oh, here's Mr. Fuzzy again. That handbag with gold hardware, chain, shoulder chain, was something I picked up on sale years ago. And now that navy and that striped purse matches the navy border and inserts in the scarf and works tonally. So if you are a pack rat like I am, if you have your favorite fashion pieces and maybe you wear them a lot to begin with and then it calms down a little and then I don't know, 20 years later, you bring them back again. Oh my God, people give me so many comments and attention when I wear that purse. And there is no reason in the world why you shouldn't be wearing a striped handbag with a patterned scarf with a logo tonal loafer and put it all together. It is so much fun to do that. And I did it for this podcast. And then I think I said on another episode we had together that I've actually now got bags that are nothing but color. And I will mix stripes and graphics and logos. And the only thing you want to keep together is, luckily, the shoulder straps on that are gold metallic that actually work with the rendition of the gold metallic horse bits in the scarf. And yeah, do I get that detailed? I do, but you don't need to. For me, I'm just an old fashionista and it's in my blood. I was born to do this. So the blue is really fun, but now let's get to a color, pink, that I never, ever in my life wanted to apply myself to or thought was relevant for me. I said to myself a million times, I am not a pink person. And then Barbie, the movie, hit. And Barbie pink was everywhere. And I mean everywhere for almost 2 years. And we even went to a restaurant that repainted itself Barbie pink. And a lot of the foods like strawberry milkshake, strawberry pie with pink whipped cream for dessert, everything was pink. And you know what? I couldn't get away from it. And I started to get obsessed with it. And I even applied for, they had a contest where you got to spend one night in the Southern California Barbie house. And I didn't win. I was absolutely tragic over it. But I started collecting pink. I'm also not a big floral girl, but this scarf just killed me. What I loved about it was it had denim blue in it, which meant I could break up a Barbie pink outfit by wearing a denim jean. And that with a Barbie pink blazer and layering piece. And that made it better. Then on Amazon Basics, they had the perfect Barbie pink. I swear to God, she died to match the scarf. T-shirt for nothing, $18. Best t-shirt I ever bought. So I bought a bunch of those. The Fairchild Baldwin necklaces, I bought the original pink a couple of years ago, and then very recently they did another version of it, which is layered over the marbleized pink basic necklace, which is like beautiful, clear, glossy, pink bubbles. It is so celebratory of life. And then honestly, it was either TJ Maxx or Marshall's. I found that great structured top handle pink handbag. I had vintage pink pearls somewhere in my closet, and I thought, I wonder if those would be good too. And with the marbleized pink necklace, I will do a version of by wearing them with the pink pearls. And of course, I had to buy Barbie pink loafers. You know what? For a girl who started out hating pink, I wound up worshiping it. And here's the kicker, too. Because they say if you are correct in what you surmise, 51% of the time, you're a genius. I hated pink. I was sure everybody was going to hate me in pink because they don't have a pink Barbie kind of personality. Everybody loves me in pink. And actually, every time I look at myself in pink, I feel like it's doing me a million favors. So here's my point. It looks great contrasted against denim. It also looks great with white denim. It looks great any shade of denim, I think, except the deepest indigo. I think wash denim, mid-tone denim, super bleached out denim. And you know what? The accessories market had so much pink that for very little money, I was able to find the perfect top handle bag, which honestly, if I was wearing a denim blazer and then the pink, it really rounded it out. It really looked ladylike and like you're so in the know with fashion and so right. So I have to say, big pink ladies, it is probably for literally every skin tone the most uplifting. I just say stay gentle with the pink. I have pieces that are fuchsia and they're darker and they're bolder and they're brighter. They're made out of something called reactive dye, which is a lot more powerful and harsher. I stayed very gentle with it. And then we are actually going to end this episode with colors that I never in a million years saw myself wearing. Shades of orange. How did I come to all of that? Well, there we go. I decided, pardon me for hiccuping, I decided that butter yellow was going to be color of the year this year for summer. I wasn't altogether wrong, but I wasn't totally right either because fashion industry just kind of went wonky on us. So they started predicting things like, oh, butter yellow. And then you couldn't find anything in butter yellow. I found a blazer finally, and I found a dyed to match butter yellow t-shirt. And then I went into my closet, and believe it or not, I had two different, very different orange necklaces. Both of them faceted, one of them creamy with orange running through it, one of them semi clear but solid orange. And then, okay, I found orange clip on earrings. Fabulous to go with. I also wear it with white clip-on earrings, same earring, just love it. Always looks great against my hair. But here is the craziness. Found three orange bangles in my closet, one of them carved coral, two of them are orange jade, shades of. These are almost 40 years old. And look at the color agreement. They just work. And so I wear those together with Gucci, my favorite brand for scarves, status scarf. And then I found this little handbag, not big bucks at all. Looks like snake, matte finish, and it works with the necklaces and the earrings. How crazy is that? So I would say that yes, I am a hoarder, but I'm also a collector. And when I only buy, and really, this has been my whole thread of thought for years in the fashion industry. You can try and talk me into anything. Chances are it's not going to work. And I'm only going to buy what I absolutely love. You know, when you see that item in a store or a thrift shop, or you're away on vacation in some exotic terrain, and it just grabs you in the pit of your stomach, it's like, I love that so much. Buy it. You will love it for the rest of your life, and you will unconsciously start gathering items around it. I'm always looking for ways to take care of my body and have it express itself through that healthy glow. And I think I found what to me is a miracle. It is called Amra. It's got all sorts of collagen. It's got peptides. It has vitamins. It has minerals. And it's just this tiny little scoop of it. I don't even take it with juice. Honestly, I just pop it in my mouth. It tastes like butterscotch. It absorbs quickly and it makes a big difference. As you age, even if you are eating correctly, you are absorbing less vitamins. That's just what happens to your body. You need a supplement that's easy to take, almost instantaneously gives you results, more energy, better looking skin and hair. And helps you form a healthy habit and start to get all the nutrients you need. That is armor. I love armor. Like, these were bought so far apart. The little orange clip-on earrings and the purse, and they work perfectly together. And people don't expect it from you, especially when you get past the age of 55 or 60, that you're dressing so thoughtfully and the whole outfit works together, but in a loose way that just says, I really understand fashion and I know myself and I look good in this. So remember, it's a decade. It may even wind up being the quarter century of accessories as the leading items of your wardrobe and your closet. Whether you want to be a pack rat like me, or you just want to term yourself a collector, a curated collector, fashion is meant to be fun, and nothing is more fun than changing your basic outfits every time with the pieces you swirl around it. Fashion Thursdays, we gotta love it. Thanks so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening to Too Young to Be Old podcast. The episode may be over, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Diane Gilman, or visit our website, thedianegilman.com. If you like the show, leave us a rating or a review and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And until then, don't forget, age is just a number. Together, we'll prove that we are all too young to be old.